Wow. Yay, you did. Yay. Hi everybody, this is Charla from August Creek Farmhouse. And my husband requested I make him some of his favorite cookies. It's following me, nice. Okay, I had to put all of my ingredients on the bar. I didn't want to, but I'm having to cook or mix everything together back here because I can't get the camera to show the ingredients. So here we are. And what is a farmhouse without a farmhouse kitchen? You guys don't know, but I own a candy shop, a candy business. I'm too busy right now to do it, but one of these days I'll show you how I work all of that in my recipes. So I'm just making sure it's following me. Hey, neat. Okay, this is a chocolate chip cookie recipe that my husband loves, and I add peanut butter to it. This is a cookbook that my daughter got for me. It's called For the Love of Kamut from the Food Nanny. I really enjoy this cookbook. I love cookbooks. So I'm gonna do a long form. I don't wanna do any editing, and we're gonna make these chocolate chip cookies for my husband. And I will put the ingredient list in the description box. So the first thing it says is do 4 cups of white flour with 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda. I've already got the white flour. Here is our baking soda. Here. That's why I couldn't do it over here, because the camera is not following me low enough. So that was 1, and then I'll do a half. And the next ingredient is 2 teaspoons of French gray salt. Here's my French gray salt. This really does add a beautiful taste. See, I wanted the camera to go down on the bar and to show what I'm doing, and I can't get it to do that. So what if I back up? I've been busy today in the garden, in the orchard. It got so hot, I had to come in and take a shower. Okay, so we've got all of that mixed together. We'll just set this to the side. Now the next ingredients are, I take 3 sticks of cold butter. This is salted. And I will add it. No, I need to chop that up a little bit, I think. See, that's why I didn't want to cook over here, because I think it's rude if I have my back turned to you. So please forgive me. I've got the oven turned to 350. This is where you add the butter and both sugars and you cream them together. This is 1.5 cups of brown sugar and 1.5 cups of white sugar. And then I will turn my mixer on low and let it cream. I always take a dish towel and put it around the mixer, lock it, because it will try to kick the ingredients out. I'll just put that on a low, and the recipe says you'll do that for about 2 or 3 minutes, and then we will beat in 3 eggs and our vanilla. Did I not lock that? use duck eggs on all of my baking. These are Cayuga duck eggs. They make kind of a black shell, but for baking, there's the oven, it's ready. For baking, duck eggs are amazing. The flavor profile of the eggs is so rich, and it makes the things that you're baking to rise up higher. Are you not locking? Okay, that's almost creamed. I don't know about y'all, but I work so hard around here, and at the end of my day, I am tired, and I do that on purpose because I want to sleep a good, sweet sleep. So after I get my bath, this is what I used to call my grannies. I used to call them moo-moos, like dresses that they would wear around the house. So I guess I've just incorporated that into my own lifestyle, and I just put on moo-moos after I take that bath, and I am tired and I'm wanting to get comfortable when I come in the farmhouse. All right, we're rocking over here. So I am ready for the 3 duck eggs. You know how I preach about compost? I keep my little compost bucket right here, and I really, really use that. So our first duck egg, shell in the compost. Now I will mix each one in. For me, it just seems to do better. And just for time's sake, normally I do crack the egg into a different container and then pour it in. But I'm kind of an old pro at this by now. Egg number 2. Always keep me a dish towel. I usually just throw it on my shoulder. I didn't wear my apron. I normally have on my apron. Am I a good farmhouse wife if I don't have on my cute apron? Do y'all cook with aprons? Here's our 3rd Cayuga duck egg. Lock it, turn it back on into the compost. And this recipe calls for how much vanilla? 3, I just have it memorized. 3 teaspoons of vanilla, and I use this from Sam's. I really like it. I'm almost out of it. The Molina, smells really good. The Molina Mexican Vanilla Blend. And most of the time I make my own, but for time's sake. 3 teaspoons. 1, 2, 3. Let that cream for a minute. Okay, we are getting ready for our dry ingredients, which is right here. This is an antique Franciscan. I collect Franciscan plates and bowls. This little enamel, look at the enamel off of the bottom. I think it's so beautiful. I love old things. Then I'll do that in about thirds. A third of the flour mixture. See that? Trying to make a mess. Do y'all have a favorite cookie recipe? My husband likes these because they make, how many dozen? well, 24 large size, and I use this 2-inch cookie scoop, and he always takes them to work with his friends and shares, but there's always a lot. That's why we like this one. Or you can cook half of it, freeze the other half, pull it out when you need it. You got company, grandchildren, pull them out, cook with it. Here's the second half. Ooh, I made a big mess. I taught my children, a lot of people cook. Look at that. A lot of people cook in a lot of different ways, but the way, nobody really taught me this, I just taught it to myself, but I'd always tell my children, a good cook is a clean cook. And so as I'm cooking, I always just like to clean up the mess as I'm preparing the food. This is the last of the dry ingredients. Are y'all having fun? I'm having fun. I love when people come to the farmhouse. I think I'm a natural hostess. I've always been a natural hostess. I love to make things pretty. I love to make people feel comfortable. I believe that that's one of my gifts, is I have a servant's heart that always makes me feel good to help other people. I know when people help me on times when I've been sick and working late at night, and I remember coming home, my husband can't cook very many things, but he can cook a really, really good, and I love scrambled cheese eggs and crispy bacon, and with a side of whatever jam was available, and he'd have that ready for me, and I felt so loved. So that's what I like to do for him when he comes in, and I always did that with my children were here. I always had nice meals. We always had a sit-down meal at the table. I think that's important. Okay, I'm gonna raise that up. I'm looking for one of these. I'm gonna scrape down the sides of the bowl. Make sure everything is incorporated. Okay, now this is what my husband likes. He likes 1 cup of smooth peanut butter. You could do chunky, but I just did smooth because he also likes a cup of walnuts in his. All right, let's get back to where you were following me. That was my husband. He called. There, I think that's it. Now, yay. So let's get all of that good creamy peanut butter. This is a natural peanut butter. I get that at Sam's as well. We will mix that in. Thank you for being here with me and cooking with me. That makes me happy. I have 3 children. I always had all of my 3 children and all of their friends and family always at the farmhouse. And then when I became an empty nester, it was just crickets. So I enjoyed you guys being here with me. Okay, that's incorporated. I'm going to add 1 cup of walnuts. I did not chop these because the KitchenAid does a really good job of mixing it up and chopping it for me. This is going good. Our last is 3 cups of chocolate chips. These are semi-sweet. See, this makes a huge batch. I didn't use this candy recipe, but I would sell cookies out of the candy shop. We'll have to make that. I made that recipe up for my nephew. His name is Sam, and he loves cookies, candy, all of that. So I named the cookies after him, and I'd make homemade toffee and put in them, and I called the recipe Sam's brown butter toffee chocolate chip cookies. So we'll have to make some of those. And when he got married, yep, that was his gift from me. I made him his own huge batch of his favorite cookies. And there were all these guests, and then his beautiful fiance, and he took the cookies and hid them so nobody could get them. That's funny. Okay, so now I'm just scraping the dough off of the KitchenAid dough hook. I had a little puppy. She stayed in this earth living with me for 15 years, and she loved when I'd make these cookies and I'd let her lick the beaters. It went from my children licking the beaters and then to my puppy, and she's gone, and now it's Fiona. Fiona, you want to lick the beater? You want to lick the cookie? She's too tired. She don't want to come over here right now. She's tired. Mama worked her too hard today. So with your cookie sheets, I use the Reynolds pop-up parchment sheets. You're gonna hear that. That's my husband. That's an alarm, and we have alarms everywhere. And it lets us know that someone or he is at his shop. We're old. We've got to have all of these things in place. We used to have the energy to just go run and do everything. And normally I would use a brown parchment paper. I'm gonna take what I gotta get right now. And that is these. It's okay. There would have been a time when I was so anal about things like that it would have had to be the brown parchment paper. But in my age, I've mellowed out. Thank goodness. I stayed exhausted all the time. I wish she would let me do this over here. I don't know if it will get low enough, and I don't know why. See? Why will you not get low enough? What if I did it over here? I hope y'all like long form videos. If you don't, you can just click off of it. I'm old. I take my time. I'm having fun. Come on. I watch all these beautiful cooking shows. People have cameras and they're following them. They get down in the bowl, show the mixture like get. That's what I get. I won't be touching you no more. That's what I get. See our big beautiful mixture, and I dip them out. You don't want to watch me. You want to watch these cookies. Look at that. Peanut butter, chocolate chips, walnuts, French gray salt. Then I'll put the French gray salt. What if I come back here? Then I'll do the French gray salt on the top of them. And I am very generous with the cookies, the cookie dough balls. They cook up really good. This is why I like this recipe. Look, it's just a really good recipe. Yay, Food Nanny! I just ordered another cookbook, and I can't wait to get. And it is called Wise Guide. Wise, W-I-S-E, guide. Like, gather at the table or a seat at the table. So I can't wait to get that one. I enjoy all of his YouTube content. Now, when these cook together, they'll kind of run into each other, and that's okay. I'm gonna set them right here just so you can see. And this is the French gray salt. And I have really found the French gray salt it's really coarse. That's a good deep profile. You'll be proud that you use the French gray salt. So when I do my candy business, I just have so much fun. I cook for people, make people happy. I'm doing something that I love. And I know people are loving what they're going to get. Now I'm going to do the second tray. And then I'll put the cookies in at the same time. Now all ovens are different. And this recipe says to cook them for 8 to 10 minutes, but that's not with my oven. I guess because I use my oven so much, I don't know. But my oven is about 21 minutes. When you see them starting to get brown, but you don't want to fully cook them all the way through in the oven, that's a pro tip. Get your cookies out before they're done, because they are going to finish cooking on top of your countertop. And I will put them on I'll put the pan on a cooling rack. Boy, howdy. These have the chocolate chips. I wish you could smell this dough. The aroma of butter, sugar, vanilla. What's not to love? And now, if I was cooking for my candy business, I would wear gloves, but since this is just my husband and myself, I wash my hands good. Sprinkle that French gray salt. Another reason I wanted to do this YouTube channel is I don't get to see my children or grandchildren very often. So I think of this, I'd give anything if I could go back to a video and watch my granny or my papa or my pap. Oh, that would just makes my heart feel so good. So who knows, 10, 20 years down the line, if the grandchildren decide, hey, I wonder what Lolly was like, because they're not around us very much. And then they could come and look on this channel, and I could give tidbits of wisdom. That's another reason my husband and I wanted to, or my husband really pushed me to start this channel. And I'm proud he did. So I'm going to set the timer for 21 minutes. I'm going to do a cleanup. I'm going to close this video now because this part of it's been 12 minutes, and I know y'all are probably tired of listening to me. I'm not tired of y'all, but y'all are probably tired of me. I'll be back when I get the cookies out of the oven. I just peeked outside and it is glorious. So let's walk outside and let me show. Welcome to Northeast Texas. 7 p.m. at night after a beautiful rain today. Everything looks so fresh and clean. All the plants are happy. Hi everybody. Hi milkweed. Are you feeding the pretty monarch butterflies? Y'all look pretty. Look at the crystals in the trees. I need to put out some more bird feed. Hi sunshine. That's my praying bench. If any of y'all need any well wishes, prayers, any special requests, I would love for you to share them with me, and I will send up positive vibes, wishes, and prayers to that one right there, the ultimate light. To me, this is truly such a beautiful, peaceful life. My husband's at our shop down there. These are the cantaloupes growing beautiful in the front garden. Sage, nasturtium. That's the dog fennel I keep. A little tomato plant. Little cantaloupe. Armenian cucumbers, marigolds. There's peppers in there. All kinds of different tomatoes. More marigolds. Hi, Mr. Daddy Longlegs. Okay, my camera didn't want me to do that. These are Carmen bell peppers. They'll turn red. More marigolds. That's a Sioux tomato. More peppers. More Carmen peppers, marigolds, tomatoes. That tomato is showing out. Marigolds. I plant the marigolds because it helps with insects. More nasturtium. Little baby pomegranate right there. More tomatoes and peppers. More tomatoes and peppers. A little place where I can see it. Fiona, I'm here. This is what I call the amphitheater room. We'll have to go down there. One of my favorite spots. We keep it really beautiful. And there's a walking trail to the back pasture. It's a nature trail. It's beautiful back there. Oh, we're waiting for the cookies to bake. Fiona, I'm right here. Come here. She could hear me talking and didn't know where I was at. We still have more pea gravel to finish doing our building. And some mulch. There's a bird. There's my little herb beds. My plum trees. We're patriotic, our flag. Always keep a flag there. I have a mulberry growing right here. More marigolds. A pine tree. Crepe myrtles. We're so friendly here in the country. Fiona. Love the country life. These are some roses I transplanted. Oh, there's one blooming. The sun is glorious. Bald cypress trees we planted. That's a yellow lady Banks rose. Deck to our pond. I hope you are having a peaceful evening. There's a tree that fell. We've got to clean up. There's the farmhouse. We do live on a farm to market road. It is fairly busy. Keep a picnic table out here for impromptu picnics or fishing. It's where we enjoy to sit. Our next big project at the farmhouse, after all of the pea gravel pathways and the driveways, is the painting. My husband and I do everything. Don't you love the sound of gravel? And here in a bit, all the lights will start coming on. That's Winston. And here we are, back in the farmhouse. I'm watching Wise Guide. And the cookies, perfect timing. 56 seconds. I'll pull them out and be right. You gotta come in for a cookie. All right. Let's see, will you follow me? Perfect timing. There. The timer has just gone off. Wasn't that a fun walk outside? See the beautiful Northeast Texas sun setting. A little KitchenAid mints. I think both trays are done. Look how beautiful these are. I need to get the little cooling rack. And I just leave the cookies on the sheet. And I'll let them cool. That'll probably take about 5 to 8 more minutes. And in the meantime, I've got another little pan of cookies. Mr. Scott will be so happy. I'm gonna put these in. The oven's still hot. I ended up doing 25 minutes. Yummy! We set the timer. This is our second pan of chocolate chip walnut peanut butter cookies with gray fridge salt. Fiona, they're still hot. We gotta let them cool off. Now I know they say to don't give dogs chocolate. Don't do it. But I give Fiona chocolate. I know how she handles it. She loves it, so when it cools off, we'll try. I'll be back. Okay, it's been about 8 minutes. The cookies have cooled off. And I wanted to show you. Look at that. That is a perfect cookie. Can you see the salt in the back? Look how it rises up because of the duck eggs. And I'm going to go ahead and plate some up for Mr. Scott. He doesn't know I'm making them. And I will walk them over to the shop. Look at this. I got this at a thrift store, and you just fold up whatever you have, and here's the little carrying handles. And yes, I'm going in my moo-moo. This is my property. Do what I want. Okay, that's perfect. Fiona, let's see. Fiona, you want a cookie? I don't think y'all can see Fiona. Fiona, you want a cookie? You want to show everybody how you eat a cookie? You want a cookie? Yummy! I wish you could see that. So precious. Yummy! Yummy! Get your cookie! She's gonna be a lady. Yes, Fiona loves her cookie. She says, thank you for my cookie. She's gonna be a lady and eat it when we're not watching. But I poured you a glass of cold milk. Put it in the freezer. So you and I are gonna see what these cookies are all about. Let's try. You want this one? Here's one for you. And here's one for Miss Charla. Perfect cookie. I love this recipe. It's too big to get in the cup. Well, let's do this. We'll try the bigger piece. We'll dunk it. 2, 3, 4, 5. Happy dance. Oh, happy day. Oh, I kid you not. I'm not just saying that. My husband and I have things like this about once in a blue moon. But that one blue moon, we sure will. Let's do another dip. This is for you for being here with me on this cooking video. That's a real feeling and that's a real emotion. Oh, happy day. We're gonna have some church up in here. Thank y'all for being here with me again. I don't take it for granted that you're here with me on this beautiful adventure that my husband and I are having. Thank you for cooking these cookies with me and being here with me on this long form video at the farmhouse. It's more than a YouTube channel. This is a family. This is a community. Thank you for being here. If you enjoyed this content, if you don't mind, could you like? I would love for you to subscribe and be a part of the August Creek Farmhouse family. You can do hard things. You are amazing. You are loved. Thank you for being here. I love you. Until the next video, thank you for being here. Mwah. Oh, Fiona. Oh, this is so yummy. You want another one? You want half and I get half? Yeah. You're drooling. Yummy. I'm drooling too. Oh, Fiona. Lord have mercy. I don't even like milk, Fiona, and this is yummy. I gotta save some for Papa. Yummy. day. Let's go take Papa his cookies. You going with Mama? Come on.